How's everyone doing? I got some pinon incense to set the mood, to set the tone, to clear the energy. Light this up without lighting my finger. It's from New Mexico. I like to do this before I have my talks or film a cooking video just to ground myself, take a couple deep breaths. I'm gonna make some braised pork belly in a style of something that I like, combining adobo, hong shao rou, and lu rou fan. A couple Chinese techniques, Filipino techniques, and just what I have around the house. In a lot of my cooking videos, I don't actually cook meat or fish that much. With my grandmother, I did, and I'll explain to you why, and this is just my opinion. At this stage of my life, I try to eat more fruits and vegetables. I'm not a vegan, I'm not a vegetarian. I just want to eat more fruits and vegetables for my own personal reasons because I feel like it's better for me. I feel lighter. I also feel like it's better for the planet. And also, I believe that everything has a life force. Plants, animals, we do as well. I think it will help the world, help the earth to eat less meat. And I also think that it helps my energy if I consume less meat. I'm not a hypocrite. I'm completely honest with you. I go out sometimes, I eat meat. My grandmother cooks something. I don't complain when she cooks meat, but I try to eat less meat. This is just my truth, so you do what's best for you. Anyway, why I'm making pork is because a friend from high school, we don't really speak that much, but we spoke last week for like an hour. We had a phone call, and he's a good friend. Like, I've known him for over 20 years. He told me, he's like, hey Mike, he's like, I got my first pair of cowboy boots. I was like, hey, so I'm gonna blanch this pork belly. We got this at the Chinese supermarket to remove the impurities, like 10 minutes. Ow, I just burned my hand. So I'm gonna save this fat and I'm gonna make some lard. I'm gonna use this for other things. Really respect it. Let's render this out, turn this on low heat, cover it up. Philosophy on food is to respect where it comes from, how it's grown, who grows it. If we eat animals, really respect and give thanks to the animal. Thank the animal for giving their life to provide us sustenance. It drives me crazy now to go into a supermarket and see everything perfectly wrapped up and segmented into parts. I believe that if we're gonna eat animals, we should try to use all parts of the animal because we did kill an animal. I'm telling you this because my friend who got the cowboy boots, he has like chickens and he had a pet pig. He lives in like a trailer in the middle of nowhere, and he has this pig that runs around and rips up the grass. So his landlord was like, hey, the pig can't rip up the grass anymore. And my friend was like, oh yeah, whatever. The landlord's gonna forget and he's gonna keep his pig. A month went by and the landlord comes back like, hey, you gotta get the pig to go. Have you looked for someone to sell it to? And my friend was like, oh no one to sell it to because he wanted to keep the pig. So then the landlord was like, hey, I have someone who's gonna buy it from you. It's gonna cost $120 for the pig and blah blah blah. And then my friend was like, I'm not gonna sell it. The pig cost me $100 to buy, and all the feed that I've been providing to it for 6 months, it's more than $100. So he was in a predicament. What should I do with the pig? He actually decided to shoot the pig and kill it. I think a past version of me would be like, ew, gross, why would you kill the pig? But then on the other hand, he was like, yeah, I shot the pig, I'm eating the meat, and I think it's a lot better for the environment. I'm utilizing it and I respect the animal. We have to be connected to the food source just like we need to be connected to ourselves. So just know that when we eat animals, we actually have to kill them. They're actually a living thing, right? That was a very monumental thing that my friend shared with me that I think is just part of the cycle of life. You live your life how you want, but I just think it's important for us to understand that things are not just on the surface like Instagram, like, oh, this tastes delicious. There's care and love and actual life force that is involved in nourishing us. All I ask is just a deeper understanding and a deeper respect for the food that we eat and who we are as people. But I will continue to cook more plant-focused meals because that's what I try to eat more of. I might be a vegan, I might be a vegetarian at a later stage of my life, but I'm not there right now. I'm trying to be more aware of what I eat and what I consume, just like I'm more aware of who I surround myself with, because you are what you eat. So just give thanks and know where things come from. And know how much time, attention, and sometimes pain took to enjoy your meal, okay? Delicious aromatics like ginger. These are scallion whites, onions. I have some herbs. I'm gonna make a sachet with some fennel. Oh, this should go over here. Star anise, cloves, bay leaf, dried shiitake mushrooms, some peanuts, and fujuk, which is bean curd sheets, I think. These are all things that I like. Cheesecloth. Let me not spill this on the floor. So let's get all the herbs in there. How do I do this on camera? So I'm gonna add everything into this sachet. And my bay leaf. Herbs are very healthy. I'm trying to eat more of these. And back in the old days when they killed an animal, they would use it from head to tail. They would use all of it and it would feed the village. I'm gonna take a string and tie this up. Not everyone has the courage like myself to shoot an animal. I still consume the animal, so how right am I myself? But everyone's on a different path. Everyone has different goals. Everyone has different lessons to learn. So however you want to live your life is how you want to live your life. And no one should stop you. Here's my little herb basket. I almost cut my hand on the floor. My pork belly, I'm gonna take it out. I'm just using a little bit of pork belly because a little goes a long way. I like using meat to complement the dish, not necessarily always be the main part of the dish. And when I went to Italy, I always talk about this and I don't want to sound like a spoiled person, but yeah, I kind of am, I guess. I studied abroad in Italy one semester in college and I did a sustainable agriculture program. We went to farms, we picked grapes, we picked olives, we learned about the process. We also went to a slaughterhouse where they slaughtered cows and I got to see the process of how they actually bring the cows in, or let them wait outside for an hour and play music, and then so I was a dumb 19-year-old, so it didn't really hit me, but I was still a little taken back. So I've always been passionate about food from like a grower perspective, location perspective, taste perspective, but now from an energetic perspective. Double dragon. Yeah. Let's start making it special. Why not add some fat? It's not gross, it's natural. Pork belly back in. And shout out to my friend with the cowboy boots and the pig story, because that's just how life is. And a lot of people don't like to hear that, even though it's a natural process. Onions, scallion whites, ginger, and this is just the Michael way, because, you know, this is how we do things with positive intention, not necessarily chef approved, but love and positive intention approved. When there's onions, ginger, and scallion, you already know it's going to be good. 5 spice, which has cinnamon, fennel seeds, star anise, ginger, and clove. See, all these cultures have been eating healing spices like this for a long, long time. Brown sugar. Wow, that smells good. Soy sauce, this much. Shaoxing wine, a little bit of that. Rice vinegar. My mushrooms that have been soaking in water. Just add that whole thing in. 2 cups of water, 3 cups of water, 4 cups of water. But don't make it over full. Overflow. Herb, pack it in. Let's bring this up to a boil and then shut it down to medium. And cook this until it reduces until I feel like it's good, okay? Mamma mia. I wrote some notes out, some things that were on my mind. I'm gonna share them with you, see if they could add some value to you. Take what resonates, not everything is gonna be for you. So if you ever felt like you're crazy and you feel really anxious and you're overly sensitive, you take on other people's emotions and you feel very empathetic, and sometimes like nothing is going your way, you feel like a lot of people are throwing negativity at you and you just can't catch a break from the world, the universe, or other people around you. I don't understand how you feel 100% because I'm not you. But I understand the feeling of trying to be myself and trying to do the right thing and me not seeing results in the physical. So my heart goes out to you. And I feel like when we face challenge after challenge, adversity after adversity, it's easy to become this negativity and let it consume us, let it become us, and become consumed in our anger, become consumed in our hate, become consumed in our lack, and just want to be remorseful and a heavy feeling. I get it. But you can also take that energy and transmute it into positivity and come out on the other side stronger. If you're an overly sensitive person, you're not crazy, you're not weird, you're actually gifted, because you can actually take that energy and transmute it into love and positivity and use that to become better. Okay, overly sensitive is good, you just don't know how to handle it, you don't know how to harness your power. But once you understand yourself, you could begin to protect your energy and you begin to see things before they actually happen. But you have to learn how to do that. And I'm trying to learn how to do that myself. And it's been a bumpy ride to turn that negativity into positivity. But what I've learned is that it's important to set boundaries with people, set boundaries with myself. I don't take BS from other people because I don't take BS from myself. Anyone that is allowed in my energy on a deeper level is worthy of my energy. That's what I believe. I don't mind being alone. I actually enjoy being alone, but I enjoy being with people. There's a balance. The friends that I have, we have a deep connection. Not all of them think like me, not all of them are spiritual like me, but we do agree on something and we do respect each other's differences. But I'm fine being alone because I know who I am. So don't fight your difference, don't fight your uniqueness. Flow with it. Bruce Lee said, Be like water, my friend, right? Be like water. Flow with it. And I say this all the time, but stand in your power and realize who you are. I'm finally beginning to stand in my power and regain my energy, regain my passion, regain my purpose, because for the longest time, I felt like my life force was being drained and I was in this like very negative state. But you know what? No matter what's happened to me, no matter the adversity, I take personal responsibility for it because I let my energy diminish. Sure, I cannot excuse the ill will that people have done to me, but I take personal responsibility for that, okay? I have a responsibility to myself to protect my energy, protect myself, and respond accordingly, both energetically and in the physical with my actions. I think I need to take responsibility for everything in my life because it's my life, okay? I can't point the finger at everybody else. They are wrong to harm me, but it's on me to respond and either grow from it or become it more and more. And I'm not saying everyone's perfect, like sure, I've been like in a rut for a long time, but it's my responsibility to lift myself up, rise up, and get out of there. When I was in high school, I played American football. I was a running back, okay? So I ran with the ball. I'm not the biggest person, I'm not the fastest person, I'm 5'7", I'm very light. I was a little bit fast, but I had good agility, like I knew when to turn left and turn right. And when people tried to tackle me to the ground with the ball, I wasn't going down easily, even though I was like smaller. If you're gonna take me down, you're gonna go down with me. If five guys are gonna try to tackle me down, we're all going down together. Like I would run very hard. I would do things intentionally with all my might. Try my hardest. You can't take me down easily. I'm going all in 100%. But I remember the best person on the team, who is no longer with us now, he passed away in 2020, just rest in peace. You're remembered. And this is real life, so I'm just sharing this with you. But he was the best on the team, extremely athletic, and he never came out of the game, right? But a couple times throughout the season, I came in and, you know, I did my thing from time to time. Like I had some good runs here and there. But I remember, so we were at our school. It was a very festive environment, band, the cheerleaders and everything, all our fans there. And it was like a final homecoming game. And the coach came up to me and was like, Michael, you're going in right now, take it to the end zone, meaning like get a touchdown, go for the point, go for the win. So the best person on the team came out, I came in, it was my chance for the biggest game of the year, like a playoff game, homecoming. Pressure's on the line, this is my chance. And what did I do? I fumbled the ball, I dropped the ball, and the other team got it, and they turned it over, and we actually lost the game. And I remember the 16-year-old Michael at the time was just distraught, like my life was over. And of course, it's just a game, but I thought it was my entire life, and I feel like I cleaned up the entire field after the game by myself, and no one really talked to me. But I realized, like, I'm gonna take responsibility. Like, I dropped the ball. It's not the quarterback's fault. It's not my team's fault. I dropped the ball. I learned from it. I'm going to be better. I'm gonna transmute that energy, and I learned from that. So I think it's so important to take accountability for our actions and what we do. And sometimes it's hurt because I didn't want to look in the mirror and admit that I dropped the ball, but I did. I have to acknowledge it. I have to feel it. I have to move through it, flow through it, not fight it, not ignore it, not push it to the side, not distract myself, not hang around other people that will make me like, oh, Michael, it's not your fault. No, it is my fault, okay? It is my fault. I take personal responsibility. And that's my philosophy on life. So in me stepping into my power and expressing myself authentically, I begin to awaken who I am on a deeper level. And I've been speaking my truth and offering a lot of opinions, which a lot of people might not agree with, and that's fine. But I'm doing it not to tell you what to do. I'm doing it just to be free and express myself. And I'm not doing it with ill will. You don't have to take it if it doesn't resonate. It's no ill will. I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I'm just trying to be myself. And it's funny, in society, it's like we get shamed for trying to be ourselves when someone's a little bit different. But I've been different my whole life, and I know a lot of you out there are different too, and feel me. Don't be afraid to stand in your power and support the people that are doing something that you believe in. You don't have to fight for them. You don't have to stand up and say blah, blah, blah. But you can make a little change in your own way. You change your life first to how you want to live, and then you can help others. Don't be a bystander if you truly believe in something and just let other people save the day for you. You have to save the day for yourself. Get back up after you drop the ball and keep running, all right? And that's what I've been doing. Anyone that follows me, I just want you to know, like, I am not one to tell you things that I don't do myself. Everything that I share with you, I have done myself. I share with you my wins, I share with you my losses, and I'm telling you things that I've actually experienced myself for the most part, okay? So they've only been tested by me. Yes, they're biased, but I'm not telling you BS. I'm telling you things that I've done, and I like to lead by example. So anyone on my team knows that I will always be there side by side with you, okay? If I'm riding with my army into battle, cavalry charge, I'm going in with my team. I'm fighting with my team. That is my integrity. I do what I say, and I say what I do. And I don't have to have the perfect plan. I'm gonna put my love, my strength, my positive intention, my effort into everything I do 100% fully. I don't have to have a perfect thought out plan, but I'm gonna give it my all and adapt and adjust and go with the flow. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to put that focus and that intention in 100%, right? You ever go to a restaurant and the server could care less to be there? They're looking at the wall, they're thinking about their boyfriend, they're not really there? No, like that is not how to live intentionally, right? Like no matter what I do, I want to be intentional. So again, you don't have to agree with me, you don't have to be like me, but what I share is actually who I am as a person. My authenticity, my realness, my rawness. Now I'm gonna add some peanuts that have been soaking in water. I like peanuts. This is just my style. I'm just adding what I like. Thickening it up nicely, and it smells amazing. I feel more in alignment with my masculine, my go-getter, my discipline, my can-do spirit, as well as my feminine energies, my nurture, compassion, love. And I feel like when those are in alignment, like unstoppable. Dodge a bullet, show compassion to someone. I don't want to fight someone, but when I think the masculine and feminine energies are in alignment, you could see the punch before it's coming, right? Like in those kung fu movies, they don't want to fight, but they see it coming. You're playing chess while other people are playing checkers. Bruce Lee was comparing kung fu to different types of fighting, and I might not agree with this, but I think it was interesting. He said like jujitsu or something, when you throw a punch, it's like getting slapped with like an iron hammer, but a kung fu punch is more fluid, it's more going with the flow. So it's like getting slapped with an iron hammer, but a chain pulling your heart away. So what I gather from that, and I don't think it was exactly like that, what I gather from that is when you're coming from your heart space and using power, truly unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? So this is me, come at me, I'm here. And I feel like in developing a deeper connection with ourselves, one of the hardest things for me to work on, and I'm still working on, and I'll always be working on, is not controlling the outcome and surrendering to the process, going with the flow more. Why I think it's important to not control things is to ask myself why I'm actually trying to control the outcome. It's because in most cases for me that I fear something, or I feel like I am not good enough. That's why I'm trying to make sure like, oh, I must have this job before I can get this, or I must have this relationship or X amount of money. That is why I am trying to control different aspects of my life, but a lot of things in our life can't actually be controlled. So I think it's so important to really be honest with yourself, be accountable with yourself in going through your own life and realizing the certain areas of your life where you're trying to control the outcomes, and ask yourself why. Why am I trying to control this outcome? Why do I have to be perfect? Is it coming from the fear of not being good enough? Is there something that you're trying to hide, you're trying to push to the side? What areas of your life are you avoiding because they're uncomfortable? Do you feel not good enough? Do you not like your self-image? Do you feel like you're worthless? And no one likes to feel that. So in effect, are you trying to distract yourself with things in the external world instead of going inside? For example, I don't feel good enough, so all I want to do is get money because money is going to make me feel valuable and a great person in society, and I'm going to feel so much better when I have so much money. Again, I'm not getting to the root cause of my self-lack. I'm just diverting my focus away from the things that I want to heal and focusing on something external from me, which is money, which might not actually bring me true happiness because I'm not getting to the root cause. And about money, it's about doing. So I think it's important to stop trying to do, and realize, hey, I have this block, I have this pain, I have this view of myself, this go-getter, money, it's not helping me because it's coming from a place of lack. My masculine energy is not in balance, right? It's not in balance, it's not in harmony. Instead, if I was trying to make money for the right reasons, right? Like to support my family, or better yet, I already feel whole enough in myself and money doesn't define who I am, my job doesn't define who I am, but the world that we live in, we do need money to survive, but I know I'm whole either way. You break that barrier, you respect yourself, and then money comes easily. It's a paradox because we don't see it like that. We think we have to go, 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 go. But the only time when the universe provides you what you really want is when you take aligned action. So mind, body, and soul, and you actually believe yourself. You could save a lot of energy, time, and attention, and you actually go with the flow instead of swimming against the current. So you can still get money. Like, I'm a spiritual person. I'm not going to be dancing outside in the rain like with a lot of other people. Actually, I might, but like, get to the root cause of how you feel and stop distracting yourself, okay? Because I've been unconscious to who I am for a long time. And it feels a lot better when I could be honest with myself, not take BS from myself anymore, and not take BS from anybody else out there. Hey now, Zaijian. I don't know why I say bye in Chinese, but it's what I say. My voice is getting caught up. So if you're not feeling worthy, think about why you're not feeling worthy and stop trying to distract yourself and get to the root cause. Heal it, move forward, Mamma Mia, let's go. Also, another example would be like, oh, if you feel overweight and you don't like your image, you could hate yourself and be like, I need to work out because I hate myself. Now, not to say that working out in the gym won't help you feel better about yourself, but I think what's harder to do is working on your view of yourself, self-conscious of your image and how you look. So even if you become skinny, you might still have low self-confidence because you don't feel good enough still. That's the main thing, the inner, not the outer, the inner, not the outer, the inner, not the outer. And then if you do that, you're not going to be in a constant state of anxiety because you're going to be one with yourself, aligned action. And don't worry, like, no one's perfect. It's just a little bit of time and intention and effort, and just move forward and try. It's like if you bake a batch of cookies. Say I make some matcha white chocolate chip cookies. Ooh, sounds good. And they came out, I don't really like them, right? Next time, I don't have to make matcha white chocolate chip cookies. I can make another type of cookie, right? So that's what life is all about. You do something, you adapt and adjust. You don't have to keep on making matcha white chocolate chip cookies for your entire life. Now I'm gonna add my bean curd sheets. Again, these are a few of my favorite things. Smells amazing. I take the mushrooms out and cut them. Got some bok choy in the smallest pot that I have, just because I'm lazy. Okay, here we have some sticky rice that I made. Gotta get the bowl, essential. Butterfly and flowers. I love it, and it's connected, it's woven. Just got a little bit of rice, some of the ginger, the sauce. I told you I like eating more vegetables. Scallion. Here's my pork belly with all the things that I like, okay? Let's try it out. It's amazing. I'm so glad I made this. Final note that came to my mind, don't be afraid to fight for what you believe in, and also know when it's time to let things go. Some people don't want to come for the ride on your journey. They just don't want to come for the ride. Just think about that. And they're not going to help you and be there for you side by side. So bring the people along that want to continue evolving with you, because we're always evolving. Don't give up before you should. Keep going. Peace.